Evening and a warm welcome to each one of you to this special session here. Okay, so friends, in the first place, I want to give you a context to why we are doing this session, and then get on to some interesting insights that our coaches will be revealing and will be sharing based on the many interaction. Some of them have coached hundreds of the QPFP candidates who are financial advisors and distributors. A lot of insights I want to learn from them. And then also, I'm sure you will also be learning quite a lot of things as to what really are the questions and struggles of advisors and distributors, and how do we approach finding solution to these questions and struggles. So first, let me introduce my coaches to you all. We have first Mr. Balveer Chawla from Pune. Hello, Balveer ji. Welcome.
Hi.
Then we have Lakshmipati Ella from Bangalore.
Hello, Sadiq. Hello, all.
Hello. Bhuna Sriram from Mumbai. Hello, ma'am.
Hi. Good evening.
Then we have Rajeshwar Reddy from Hyderabad.
Where is he? Okay.
Mute.
Friends, each of them manage, they have successful practices. They manage assets anywhere between 100 to 1,000 crores, manage hundreds of families. And also, more than that, they are ones who really want to give back the learning that they have gained through their practice back to the community. And along with them, we have Dipin from Network FP team, who is a program manager. He is himself a CFP certificate as well as a QPFP certificate. So welcome, Dipin.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much.
So, friends, in the year 2020, when the COVID happened, that is the era. It's always like before COVID and after COVID. When COVID happened, I went through a coaching program myself. It's not a program, but through a coach myself. Okay, I hired a coach and I paid like really a 10,000 rupees per hour or 10,000 rupees per meeting kind of a money to go through this coaching program. It's not about the money. It's about really the kind of transformation or the impact that coaching sessions had on my life. Okay. And I said, look, if this is so powerful, till that time I had heard about coaching. We all have heard about coaching, but have we really experienced coaching? The answer, according to me, till 2020 was no. Okay. So once I experienced this, I said, look, we need to bring this to our community. And I don't know how, but we need to bring it to our community. And obviously, will everybody able to pay such kind of huge money? The answer is no. So how do we go about making this happen? And whenever there's a question, we reach out to our community members, seniors, and we had the first Lakshmipati LM and Balveer Chawla said, let's do it. Let's try it. Okay. But before that, I actually myself did 100 plus coaching calls, one-to-one coaching calls. I think it was batch 7, Dipin.
Batch 5.
Where batch 5, okay, batch 5, where actually I said, okay, let's do this first ourselves, set the process. Let's see what is the most impactful way of doing this which is useful for our own community as personal finance professionals. And those 100 calls actually was very revealing. And it was like, for the first time, I realized that people were waiting for somebody to talk to them and say and ask them, okay, look, we are here to help you. What is that you are going through? Can you share with us? Allow us to help you. So that was the kind of experience I had with 100 coaching calls, which I did. Then Balveer, Lakshmipati, Rajeshwar, Bhuna, they said, okay, let's do this as a part of the program. And thanks to each one of you for sparing your time and bringing in your expertise to this particular initiative of Network FP and QPFP to all the coaches. Thanks a lot. So, friends, my first question to all the coaches before we get on to revealing the questions is, what, according to you, is coaching and how does it help or transform the life of a coachee, or in this case, a candidate? And just to share with you all, friends, coaches as in our is not really about successful practice. Okay, there is a difference. It's not about the program. It's not training. It's about practice. Okay? So let me start with Balvirji. If you can share what, according to you, is coaching and how it is, how it helps any candidate. Balvir, you need to unmute yourself.
Yeah. I'm audible now?
Yes, very much.
Okay. So good evening, everybody. Good evening, Sadiq. Thanks, Network FP, for having me and also for giving me that opportunity to be a coach for a couple of batches that I've gone through. So my personal experience has been that, a coach is a person or somebody who is not there to tell you a solution. He is a person who will make you think about what could be the solution, look out at ways, and how can you come to that solution, or how can you reach there. The other important aspect that a coach does is, what I have seen is, you may have some qualities, you may have some aspirations, but the coach can actually extract your true potential and make you strive for something much, much bigger than what you actually think you can do. And that's the role of a coach, is what I feel. And I think so with QPFP batches that I have interacted, I have seen that. And post, sometimes immediately the candidates may not see the immediate benefit, but over a period of time, they have realized that this is actually what is happening, where they thought that, this is not possible and I should not be aspiring this much, but they have gone and achieved much, much more beyond than what even they thought was their potential. So I think so the main crux of what, and just like you said, I am also getting coached by somebody. So I also have a coach with whom I spend that huge amount of money, what you are speaking, and much more than that. But the potential that he derives, or the problems that, or the solutions, as I said, it's not the solution, it's the way of thinking that changes and the perspective that changes. I think so it makes a huge difference in anybody's life, and one should seriously consider this as an integral part of their professional and personal life now.
Yeah. So help the candidate reach their highest potential. That's the crux. Lakshmipati, according to you, what is coaching?
Yeah. So coaching, or a coach, if you see it, is like a third eye or a third person to you who looks into your practice. I had a coach 6 years back, but I'll tell you the strange thing. He is not from financial services. He's a business coach. But I benefited a lot. The kind of questions, the kind of processes, the kind of formats he gives, it made me realize financial services is also the kind of practice or business. Always I say it as the practice. So many new things I invented, and the main thing, what I decided that time, I want to be a coach. Okay. But one more point, I'm also practicing. Okay. But good thing here it is, the person who is practicing financial services is a coach. That's me. That's what I decided in the beginning itself. So what I'm saying, I want means the coach should be like a third eye. He will observe. He will motivate you by the questions or by giving the exercise. I can say direct words only. Exercise, right? When you do that, and also we'll also share the real examples, the real practice benefits, right? So with that, the transformation happens. I can tell you, if you have a coach, you will be future ready.
Future ready.
What kind of things happens? Because nowadays, our practice is taking to new turns. First, people are starting with insurance, people are starting with MF, people are starting with some other wills. But now, everybody, if you see, different options are exploring, right? Future ready, you can become by having a coach.
Fantastic. So a coach is like who helps you. You're not able to see what you're not able to do. He'll help you to do that. He or she will help you to do that. Buhuna madam.
देखिए नया मैडम चालू हो गया आपका
मैडम जैसे अभी अब कोच है बोलिए
because there's more white hair now I've become madam. Okay so coaching see coaching is not therapy, right? So people who are coaches are not people with problems. They are people with potential. They have a capacity to do wonderful things, but there's something that's stopping them from reaching their full potential. Now, the job of the coach is primarily to not give solutions, because these coaches are typically very smart, very intelligent people who can find their own way. But in the process of finding their way, there is a little bit of fog, right? You have immediate issues. There are a lot of options, a lot of confusions. So there's a little bit of a fog in front of them. So they're not able to see their way. The job of a coach is typically this: to ask questions, create a safe space for them, be non-judgmental, and put a little bit of fire to remove that fog. If that fog is removed, coaches can find their destination themselves. It's not for the coach to give them any advice, just to remove that fog so that a coachee can find their own solutions. And when a coachee finds their own solutions, they own up to the solutions. It's not something that was told to them. It's something that they owned up by themselves. So it's likely that they would act on it and then see progress happen. And that is why coaching is transformational. It's not like a student and teacher relationship. That is precisely why coaching is transformational, not because the coach is awesome. It's because the coachee is awesome.
Absolutely. Very, very well pointed out. People with potential, but with fog, the coach removes that fog. I mean, sums it up. Thank you so much, Bhuvna. Rajeshwar, you need to unmute yourself, Rajesh.
Sorry. Yeah. According to me, coaching, it's a continuous process. It's a journey. And everybody needs a coach. Whatever level he may be, everybody needs a coach. Because basically, if you see the ancient system of Indian education, actually it was based on this coachee only. Because there were the education system itself was there, but later when Britishers came, they brought this particular whatever the education system we are going on, classroom things. So again, it's coming back again, because if you see today in the industry, coaches are highly paid. If you see the other industry, so again it's coming back. And example, if you see, Sachin is there who scored 100 centuries, but though his coach didn't score 100, he made Sachin score 100 centuries. So it's a kind of a self-discovery process. Everything will be there in that particular candidate or student, whatever it is there. The coach duty is identify that particular candidate his own skill. So we can also say that skill enhancement is a outcome of this coaching process. Self-discovery is also an outcome of this coaching process. It's just whatever is there inside the candidate bringing out. It's what the coach's duty, and that's the reason I say everybody needs a coach at different levels. Even today, I am also having a coach for upgrading my own business. Though I am a coach here, I am also having a coach, and all the coaches here on the screen are my earlier coaches.
Wow.
There's a saying, every teacher is also a student. So similarly, every coach is also a coach somewhere. All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for putting these thoughts together. Really sums up what we are trying to achieve with this initiative in the QPFP. My next question to each one of you is this, and the main agenda of this particular struggles. You've been coaching a lot, having one-on-one calls. Many people call you after the call, after the initial calls also, reach out to you through messages, mails, and stuff like that. What are the 2 or 3 common questions or struggles that you come across very frequently with financial advisors and distributors? Okay. And we'll really make this list. For the first time, we are actually doing this exercise. Okay. So we'll make this list and let's put it out as the frequently asked questions by financial advisors and distributors to coaches. Okay. So we start with Lashmipati. How about you? Top questions and struggles of financial advisors and distributors. And also if you can add how later on, I'll let me see how it goes about. And later on, we'll go and see how to actually approach each one of these points for finding a solution. First, we'll discover the problems and struggles and then go to that. Over to you, Lakshman.
Right. 2 ways I can tell you. The newcomer and already into the practice. I mean to say into the business. The newcomer always says how to approach client. That is the top of the world. Always. How to approach the client, what to speak. This is the one question. If already practicing, they are saying that client is not following my recommendations and I am not getting references. These two are the always questions asked. Right? So the first one, if you ask me what to speak, how to speak, whom to target and all, if you ask me, please note down your friends, relatives, success, financially success stories, failure stories, and get the objective, why the success happened, why the failure happened. Get that point and prepare your pitch. Because all these two questions, if you put, always if you write down and find out the answer, no, the solution comes. Sure. And this second question, among the already existing practitioners, I'm not getting references or clients are not following recommendations. So very simple. The first thing you put the question to yourself is, are your clients know your services? What are you making to know them about your services? What you will make them to speak about their services to the clients, client friends or families. Okay. And the second thing, if you are not getting references, are you taking the feedback? Do you have the process to take the feedback? And are you implementing the solutions to their problems? These two things, if you implement, then it comes.
Fantastic. So 3 things: how to get clients, how to ensure clients follow the advice I'm giving, and how to get referrals. So apart from this, Rajeshwar, any other top questions and struggles of financial advisors and distributors? Please unmute.
Yeah, particularly in this digital space, nowadays, so many participants are asking how to acquire clients digitally, how I need to leverage this digital technology in sourcing my business. So in this particular question, first, we need to check whether how is our digital presence, means whatever the digital platforms you are currently utilizing. So how often are you in touch with the clients with those digital platforms? Like, are you active on social media? Are you having a website? Are you using email marketing or exploring other digital channels? So that's one important questions which we need to ask when we are willing to leverage the technology in terms of business. And coming to the target audience, when you are using this technology, which target audience are you targeting? Say, suppose if you are using a lot of Facebook, then it targets the mid-aged people. But if you want to target the young generation, then you need to be more active in Instagram. Sure. So these questions, again, we need to ask ourselves to leverage that digital technology.
Sure.
And engagement also. See how often or how frequent are you posting, or how frequent are you active in these channels? Because that consistency matters a lot. If you are not consistent and you want to explore and leverage the technology, we may be back. We need to be consistently doing that. So such questions we need to ask ourselves, and we could able to leverage the digital technology.
Sure. Any other questions or struggles apart from digital marketing and engagement?
There are so many questions, because when I collated from this, when we had a one-to-one clarity call, so we had a point in that particular tool that what are your questions or obstacles which you are facing currently in your practice. There are so many questions. Particularly digital, I told you. Some more questions are like, I'm from a small location. So
okay.
Can I scale up? Can I grow? Can I become bigger? So that's one of the question 4 to 5 people asked particularly in the last batch.
Sure.
So here in this, the question would be whether we are sitting there inside in that particular location and doing the business, but we don't have any geographic area, or we are not restricted to do business in other areas.
Got it.
And again, the digital comes into play, where we can leverage this digital technology. You can source business from anywhere.
Correct.
This is one of the questions asked by most of the people who are
Sure.
from small locations.
Yeah. So just to share, I'm sure everybody knows, but the last batch of QPFP, we have candidates from 55 cities across India. And obviously, this is a question on many people's mind who are beyond the metros. And we have solutions, right? I mean, today, geography is not a limitation at all. Bhuna, coming to you, what are the top struggles and questions which you come across with your family?
So one of the very common thing I've seen coaches, and they want to bounce it off, is their fear of imposter syndrome. Do I actually know what I'm talking about? Am I any good? So they have these doubts. I don't know if I'm being partial about this, but I see this more common with women who are a little diffident about how much they know and can I actually add value to people's life. And that is one issue. And then one more thing is how, of course, like how Lakshmipati was saying, if they are starting off new, who should I reach out to? Who should be my first client? Should I go natural market? Should I go outside my natural market? Is it good to work with friends and family? So those are questions that they have. How do I reach out marketing and sales, right? How do I tell people that I'm in this business? And then how do I what do I tell them when they actually sit in front of me? So both of that. And people who are transitioning from either LI business or from stockbroking, their question is, will clients give data? Will they give data? How can I do financial planning for them? They will not give all of this information. How do we have a conversation outside returns? If not returns, then what else is there? So those are some common confusions I think coaches come with for which they seek answers for in the calls.
Sure. So first time pitch and how do I get the data and imposter syndrome. Bhumna, you touched upon a very apt topic. And I must tell you, I go through that, and many of us actually go through that.
Every day we go through that. So, if you're not going through imposter syndrome, I think you're stagnating somewhere. Some point you will be pushing beyond your capabilities and reaching out to clients and telling them things that you're not very sure of, right? So it's okay.
And I must confess, when I was being coached by my coach, this was one of the biggest contribution by my coach, that where I'm thinking, am I good enough? Am I the one who is supposed to be doing it? Do I have the right to do something like this? He says, okay. He asks questions and takes you through that and helps you overcome that. So thanks, Bhuna, for touching upon that. Balveer, how about you, sir? What are the top questions and struggles you come across?
So a couple of them which I've come across over the past couple of batches that we have been doing. Should I do an IAP? How do I do an IAP? I don't get a good response in an IAP. I'm not comfortable. So the same thing, I'm not confident enough. How do I start? Where do I start? That is one major part, because they've been hearing about IAPs and people doing IAPs. So that's one major concern, or that's one which is very frequently asked. How do I do it? What do I do on that front? The second major question that has been coming up has been on sort of having, with slightly experienced coaches, has been on how do I build up a team. And I become a sort of a training ground. People come and leave when they get trained. They may take my customers, they may take my clients. So how do I handle this? And if it's a fresh person who's just starting business, he's worried about whether should I recruit now or should I wait for a particular size, then start recruiting. So these are the typical mix of questions. And the other part which has started to come up recently is what I've seen is what should be the structure of my practice. Should I do proprietary? Should I do an LLP? Should I get into a private limited? Should I start looking at synergy now? Should I look at it after reaching 100, 205 crores? So these are broadly now. So I feel the level of questions or the type of questions, with just like Lakshmipati mentioned, for freshers is slightly different, and for practicing guys, because they are more evolved. So then they will come and ask you, okay, which platform do I use? Which software do I use? But broadly, if I look at it, IAPs has been very, very common question that has come up. How do I do it? What do I do? And I'm not getting a response from IAP. I don't get conversions. and on teams where they say that I become a playing ground or a training ground. People may take my customers, so I don't take a team member. These are broadly the categories that I have come across.
Lovely. So thanks a lot. We actually came up with the top 10 questions and struggles. Okay. So we'll put it down in document. We'll document this and actually put it down in the, when we publish this. So thanks everybody for sharing this. Now coming to Dipin, you turn around and make sure that everybody gets a coaching call, gets mapped to a coach. It's a huge process in itself, 150 to 100 one-to-one calls with the coaches. So what is the pre-coaching and post-coaching process that you and your team follows to make sure that this is really impactful and the best that we can do for the candidates?
Correct. So thank you so much, Sadiq. And so I don't have one coach. I have 7 coaches in the form of QPFP coaches. So first of all, I would like to mention to each and everyone present over here is QPFP coaching is one of the underrated things of QPFP program. Because many of the people are focusing on the curriculum, trainers and stuff, but no one has focused that much about coaching part as such. So I hope most of you have seen that image of Carl Richards where we talk about investor return and investment return, right? So how I describe coaching would be your future self, your current self and future self. The bridge in between is your QPFP coach, right? So if you have your coach in mind and someone who is looking after you, then you are sorted for the life. And someone recently mentioned me, a few days back that if you have access to good people, then half of your life problems would be solved. So just imagine having an access of such expert practitioners with you who will help you out in your journey. Right. And first of all, thank you so much, coaches, for always contributing to the QPFP program. So again, Sadiq, coming to your question, I think booking 150 calls is really a challenge because we want that each and every candidate should go through one-on-one coaching call before they start with the QPFP program, right? So again, they have to do their homework first before they move on to the call with the coaches. So I'll quickly share one sheet which we follow and which might interest our candidate as well. So friends, before you book your coaching call with the coaches, you have to do your homework also, right? You just cannot go unprepared because you are meeting someone who is already at some level, right? So you need to always do your homework. So first of all, what we request candidate is to just mention very quickly around what has been your past when it comes to this profession, what is your present, and what is your future goal that you aspire to, right? So this is done because because then you would waste quite a lot of time in the coaching session just to discuss these things. So we have this context set so that coaches can give you customized solutions. Right. So as Sadiq also mentioned that for 1 hour, it might easily charge, coaches might easily charge you 5,000 to 10,000, right? So we don't want to waste your time or the coach's time. So we have this activity first. And so when you are going through the coaching call, coaches mention your details, like what advice they would like to give it to you. And then they mention in this sheet again, and they send it back to you, right? So this is the process that we follow for one-on-one coaching call. First, you have to do your homework when it comes to, booking a call with the coaches. Second is then coaches give you some suggestions and recommendation on what problems and obstacles you are facing, candidates plan and focus, and coaches recommendation finally to the QPFP candidate, right? So apart from that, we have some other things as well, but I'll just wait for it before announcing and telling that to you. So yeah, and let me tell you, we have been gaining some exceptional responses from the QPFP candidates when it comes to one-on-one coaching, because one testimonial that I can remember for almost most of them is, why did not I have a coach earlier when I started my practice? So this is one of the testimonials that we have been having from QPFP candidates whenever we have one-on-one calls before the batch starts. So again, QPFP coaches, thank you so much. Yeah, that's
fantastic, Dipin. So this is quite an elaborate process, and a lot of time definitely goes into it. More than time, it's also the structure, right? It's methodical. You do as you rightly mentioned, the more you do homework, the better is the outcome of that coaching exercise. So coming back to the coaches, I have a question for you around the question for specific categories, because QPFP, we find candidates from very diverse backgrounds, right? And I wanted to ask, what is the top question with each one of these categories? Okay, so let me share the category name, and if each one of you or anyone, okay, it's not necessary that all of us answer, but If you think there's something top, which this particular category has a question or struggle, if you can share that. Women candidates.
Should I?
Yes, please.
So women who are trying to come back from a career break are worried about time commitment, imposter syndrome, very common with them because their confidence levels are very low because they've been off job for a long time. And how do I get my first client? So that's I mean, I'm talking of women who are coming back from a break. Otherwise, women coaches, nothing that stands out, nothing different from male coaches.
Sure. Anybody else wants to add to what Bhumna mentioned? Or more or less these are the common ones?
These are the common things, but women advisors, if you see, no, they always try, is it perfect? Same thing in the lines of Bhumna. But when you do and when you motivate, no, they are on top. They don't have any questions, but still on the process, they will have questions. Each process, client acquisition, client servicing, and marketing, all the things, they will have questions on the first question itself. What I told you, no, how?
Yeah, actually, yeah. I mean, to think about it, I also feel so. Women generally have a lot more questions than
Yes.
but that's a good approach, right?
But we are feeling great about them. When more questions are there, they'll derive the solution.
Very good, very good. Okay, so so there are definitely a lot of women in our program. Second is the next generation. We are seeing a lot of children, the next gen, who are in their 20s and late 20s of existing financial advisors coming into the profession. Okay, so what are the top questions by the next gen? Balveer, you want to take up this?
Yeah, I want to, because I have a couple of them last batch where father, son were part of are practicing and doing this.
Yeah.
So the next generation biggest questions have been, one, I don't want to just carry, advising to the same set of clients my parents are doing or my father is doing. How do I build my own set of clients in probably in a different location, or probably even within the same city? How do I build up my own clientele? One thing which they are very, very serious about is, so the previous generation has probably not built that strong processes and systems. So they want to build up processes and systems which can really make a huge impact, build up teams. So their questions are more on these aspects rather than anything else, because they want to sort of move the next level now. And so team building becomes very, very important for them. Processes and systems is very, very important for them. They don't want to just be there for every client, which probably our generation or a generation previous has been. Every client wants to meet us, so they just want to build that now. That's one biggest thing that I have seen which has come up in this generation.
Sure. Anything else anybody wants to add apart from the points mentioned by Balveer?
And when I observed it, first they are focusing how to correct the current process.
Clean
up. Yes, main thing is they are my seniors. They are seniors to me. How to guide them or how to manage them. That is the first question what they have. What I observed, what I faced in the question.
True. And coming to what Balveer mentioned, although I get a set of clients and it's a ready-made business, right? At the same time, I want to create my own identity. That is the biggest, or aspiration that people have. Not really about the assets and success. It's about, okay, what do I bring to the table? How did I make a difference to the practice? So very rightly.
And one more thing which is coming up from them is the clients of his father, the son or daughter, sometimes they are not taken with that seriousness by that client also, because he treats them as a child, or he's seen them grow up with them. So the client also is not that serious with the child. So the child says, let me create my own set of clients. Over a period of time, that client will start believing me, but right now he's not trusting me that much as he's trusting my father. That's again a big challenge or a struggle that these guys face.
True.
Also, I think younger people want to get more digital savvy. They want to be more tech focused. And I think all of us have this thing of working with clients more or less our age, right? We may be 10 years plus or minus. So that's our comfort zone, and likely for them as well. So they also want clients their age. So which is understandable.
In the 7th batch, one candidate is there. He has taken a separate ARN and building the AUM separate. Though he has his father already existing in this business and built sufficient AUM, he's into new setup everything completely.
Yeah. So we have seen another set of category of candidates. Obviously, we have the existing financial advisors and distributors coming with 5 crore, 10 crore, 50 crore of assets, but we are talking about other people other than the existing people now. A lot of people who are working with companies, they have got exposed to the stock market, they have got exposed to mutual funds, and parallelly they have started doing something like this, guiding their friends and stuff like that, and they want to start their practice someday. So what are the top questions by such candidates? Has anybody come across maybe Rajeshwar, have you come across such candidates, or Lakshmipati, between both of?
Because some investors are also there who wants to start the practice,
right?
But the only question in their mind is how to start. They know everything in and out about the business, but how to start? So that's the main question for them.
Yeah, I have come across another question: when to start, when to come out of the company,
when to leave the company.
So immediately my question is: have you done your financial planning? Have you created any impact in your current company individually, independently, or are you okay? Can you scale up in the same company? Whatever the yes answer, then you take the decision.
The next set of category of candidates who come in are the life insurance agents, who have been hard coded that there's nothing better than LIC, there's nothing better than the insurance and the endowment policies. Now suddenly they are seeing that there's mutual funds and itna kam hota hai there. How do I build my practice here? So life insurance to the comprehensive PFP is a transition in itself, right? So Lakshmipati, would you like to address that category?
Their questions, right? Their question. What is
questions or struggles? Yeah.
How can I convert my life insurance clients to not comprehensive, to mutual fund? Predominantly, that's what I have come across. So few people asked how to make them to the comprehensive consultant clients.
Okay.
These are the questions what I have.
On
the second question, they also asked any certifications are there. These two questions I faced.
Balveer, you want to add up?
So the biggest challenge for them, I think, or the struggle that they face is going back to their existing client and telling, okay, I have given you an insurance product, but you need to look at mutual funds also. And they feel that all their existing policies would get sort of surrendered and revenues could get impacted. That is one big struggle that they face.
Yeah.
And I think so it's more to do with their own mindset. So once they are ready with it, that yes, there has to be a transition done, I think so it becomes a little easier. But it's a genuine struggle, and they have been, just like what you said, they have been hard coded. They have been selling only endowment, and now they have to tell only a term is better, and you need to look at mutual funds. So it's more of their mindset first, and then whether should I go to my existing clients or should I find a new set of clients, and then how do I mix and match that over a period of time? Because the revenues in mutual funds is going to come in a delayed gratification.
Yeah.
Whereas here it's coming, I'm getting a regular flow for my routine expenses. So that's the other big challenge that they face.
Yeah, true. And many of them, actually, there are two things. The market is forcing them to get into mutual funds.
Yeah.
Because everybody is doing mutual funds. If my client does not take mutual fund from me, they'll go to somebody else. And that somebody else might be so better that they might actually say that what your past agent has been doing is wrong, right? So it's an existential crisis that they might go through, and as you rightly mentioned, they have to overcome that kind of mind block and get into seeing how best they can reach back to their clients and help them with mutual funds also or other products also. All right.
And
Yes.
I'd like to add one thing to remove the mind block of this particular aspect from the PFPs who want to start mutual funds. A pro tool is there, mutual funds versus traditional. That will give the answer.
True. Very right.
Correct.
Coming to the next set of category of candidates is the stockbrokers or the sub-broker, those who deal with the stocks and equities and primarily driven, return driven. Now they are trying to see if they can become goal driven, right? So it's a shift. It's a mindset shift as well as it's a practice shift. What are the top struggles and questions? Anybody who has come across these or they are not?
No, how will clients give data? I think that's like the number one thing. How do you do financial planning for them? Will they give data? How to have a conversation beyond returns? Returns nahi hai to aur kya?
Beyond returns and data, right? Okay. All right.
I met many people who moved from a stockbroking. I mean, I did have one coachee who was in a stockbroking company, and she was really struggling hard to convert her clients into financial planning clients. And poor thing, her boss also gave her the free hand to try, but her clients wouldn't convert. So I had to tell her, boss, you're in the wrong job. The clients have become stockbroking clients. They've come with a certain expectation, and now you're going and offering something else. It's like saying they've come to a Rajasthani thali place and then you're offering idli sambar. So it's not going to match. So you'll have the poor thing, that girl, she quit her job and she's taken up another job. I hope she's doing well.
Sure. Last three categories, basically, they are all existing financial advisor. Most of them already are into mutual funds. We have candidates who have already built a asset book of 50 crores and 100 crores of assets. And Balveer rightly mentioned that, many of them really want guidance, and they are struggling with team building, structuring and processes, and doing investor awareness programs. Anything beyond that? The established guys. Team, of course, we are all facing, but beyond team, anything else for established?
Compliance is a big worry or a struggle that these guys have. The AMFI due diligence, once I come to cross a certain figure, then there is an AMFI SEBI due diligence. How do I take care of that? How do I protect myself? That's a big struggle or a worry for that set of advisors.
And I have observed 1 to 30 crore clients. Most of the advisors have retail clients. Only the percentage of means high net worth clients are very. The servicing is becoming issue. And the contact. Suppose 1 to 30, many of the people are like individual.
Right.
One man army kind of thing. So they are struggling to service. How to service them? How to contact them? These are the main challenges they faced.
Sure.
And people who are in 30s, 50s, 100, when we say about the AUM, in how many years they have reached that is the main question. Because if he's there since 10 years and even in the same 50, he may be feeling that he's doing good, but he will know the actual things only when he's in a like-minded group or a peer group.
True.
So that tenure is very, very important. How fast we are developing that AUM is important. And for that, even people who are in between 50 to 100 also, most of them are missing the processes. So that's very, very important to scale up very fast.
Sure. And people actually who get stuck, we have seen a lot of candidates who are stuck at around, between 10 and 30 kind of this, and they really don't know what to do with the next steps. So they have built up huge client base, but there's hardly any revenue coming in, from that diverse client base. It's like, having a lot of clients, but the efforts are not matching the revenue and the income which is coming in, right? So what are the struggles around those kind of struggles and questions with those kind of candidates?
Actually, after giving one product, no, these people, these type of advisors, they don't know what to do with them. The client engagement map. That is what missing actually. So what to do with this client when you acquire maybe 10,000 SIP or 10 crore AUM, anything. What to do next? That is what missing. So that is a client engagement map. Still, I have observed these days, the strange thing is people know process. They are attending that session, these sessions, but PI is missing, process to implementation.
Process to implementation.
The implementation, these people are struggling. They have more questions. Somebody has to guide them, or they have to approach some friend who did co-advisor, or some processes they have to know how to implement, which technology to use, what process to use. Like that PA is missing, process to implement.
Yeah. Process to implementation. All right, great. So a lot of, the struggles and questions we have unearthed and discovered today. So thanks a lot, everybody. Dipin, coming back to you, we don't stop just at the one-to-one coaching calls, right? We go beyond and do the group coaching calls with all the coaches on a monthly basis. We also, ask me anything. The candidates can reach out to coaches anytime after the coaching call also. So how does that work, and what is the expected expected benefits out of that particular exercise of group coaching?
Right. So once we are done with the one-on-one calls right after, beginning of the program, we move on to the group coaching part. Group coaching call. So usually we have 4 group coaching call, one after every module. So let me tell you all, friends, group coaching call is real fun. We have quite a lot of fun together, but at the same time we learn together as well. So Khushi, one of our certificate is already typing, and group coaching was very fun. So I'll quickly share the snaps as well of our group coaching call, and we have one next week as well for our current batch. So group coaching call, what we have is, so see, coaches have told you where to go in the next 6 to 8 months, or maybe next 1, 2, 3, 4 years. But during 6 to 8 months of your QPFP program, you would have some problems and challenges maybe each and every month, right? So for example, if you are studying about foundation programs, so you might ask to coaches like, how do I do data gathering, for example, right? So you would have all of those questions once you are learning new things, right? So that is the aim of the group coaching call, on how you can implement the QPFP learnings in a better way. And also at the same time, if you're moving ahead in your journey, how QPFP coaches can help you on an ongoing basis. So this is not a one-time activity where your coaches are only telling you to just go there, but they're not taking you together, right? So in the group coaching call, they will handhold you almost each and every one to take you to the final destination, or whatever you decided once you complete after the QPFP program. So let me show you how we do it. So this group coaching call is very fun, I must tell you. So this is one of the things that we do for group coaching. Okay. Yeah. So this is it. So we have 3 things basically: one-on-one calls, group coaching call, and ongoing query solving on WhatsApp as well. So you need not be connecting with your coaches every now and then. You can always drop in your quick query on the WhatsApp, and a separate exclusive WhatsApp group is also made available to you with your coach, where we have around 25 to 30 candidates, where you can directly ask your questions to your coaches, and they are always kind enough to reply almost in maybe 24 to 48 hours max, and most of the times almost on an immediate basis. So these are our current coaches that we have at QPFP. So 7 of them we have, and 4 of them we have today. And also, yeah, so this is a group coaching call picture that we had. So group coaching call is very fun, friends. We have quite a lot of fun, but at the same time, we learn as well. So this is more of a collaborative learning, friends. We are not only learning from the coaches, but candidates also contribute quite a lot. So just to show you an example, so we had one of the group coaching calls for module 1, where one of our coaches, Sandeep Sahani and Meghasham and Bhumna, literally shared whatever they have prepared from many years. So Sandeep rightly shared about how his firm does the team building process, right? So he quickly shared around how to build a team, what is the job description of it. So maybe these are some precious resources which no one would give it to you. but our coaches are kind enough to give it to you at free of cost, right? So Sandeep ji also shared about client categorization. Bhuvna shared about, what questions she asked in the first meeting. So apart from learning, we are doing sharing as well, right? So group coaching is all fun, is all fun, I would say. That's about it, about, group coaching call. That's a continuous engagement with the candidates at the end of the day, just to reach the final goal. That's the expected outcome.
Fantastic, Dipin. Thanks for sharing these, insights or sneak peeks into what happens in the group coaching. So friends, here it is, before we come to the end, and I have one last question to all the coaches. But before coming to that, I want to share with you all, we have the next batch coming up on September 23rd. This will be the 9th batch of QPFP. Dekhte 9th batch ho gaya. And we have almost 1,000 candidates now who have gone through the program or will be going through the program. And those of you who want to join or who want to refer your friends, your family, your team members, please do that. And till August 15th, we have a 35% discount. So, so if you want to refer or join yourself, please do that. And secondly, know that there's an eligibility criteria. Not everybody can join QPFP. You need to be a graduate. You should have completed your graduation to do QPFP. All that we request you to commit is 4 to 6 hours per week for the next 6 months. Okay, that's the commitment which we demand. And you don't even have to pay the entire fees upfront. It's a 40 odd thousand rupees fees. You don't have to pay the entire fees upfront. You just pay the first module fees, which is around 10,000 rupees, and commit. And you have a lot of questions on your mind. Will this program be helpful for me? Can I give time? Can I actually pass the examinations? All these things which are there in your mind, these are called as imposter syndrome, that kya main iske liye layak hu? That you'll be able to overcome when you actually experience at least the first month, first module. And the coaching is also part of module 1. Okay, once you pay up the first installment, you also get to have the coach. Okay, so those of you who are interested, I would request you to take the poll, and then if those of you are interested, our team will get in touch with you and share with you the batch details, the registration link, and the discount code. Can I request you all to please take the poll? Would you like to join the next batch QPFP starting from 23rd September 2023, or refer anyone? Those of you who would like to, who are already QPFP certificates or done other certification and don't want to do this, if you want to refer your friends, team, family, please let us know, and we'll be happy to reach out to you and help you with the next steps. Can I request everybody to take the poll flashing on your screen? Yes, want to join the new batch? Maybe need more details, want to refer team, friends, family? No, it's absolutely fine. That's perfectly okay, whatever. So one last question to all the coaches. How do you think a coachee, the candidate, can make the best out of this entire exercise? We are all putting so much of time, efforts. How you think is the best way a person can make use of this exercise? Bhuvna, you want to go first?
Sure. So most of the coaching calls were great. Some coaching calls were not, meaning to say were not as satisfactory as the others were, because the coaches were not prepared. They didn't have the right, things to share or questions to ask. So it would be a great idea to follow the process and come very well prepared for the coaching, and also commit to some actions in the coaching call. If you have questions and you've clarified and you want to move forward, commit to some actions. And even if there's no follow-up coaching call, be in touch with your coach and give them a feedback. And I tried this, it worked, it didn't work, I got stuck, whatever. So that at least you are moving forward and you have this one person who's invested in you. So make the best use of it.
Sure. Lakshmipati, how about you?
Yeah, if somebody want to get maximum out of this coaching, please remember this is one-to-one coaching as well as group coaching, right? So if it is one-to-one, first do SWOT yourself, SWOT, strengths, weakness, opportunity related to this. And second thing, to get maximum out of this, give some time to get maximum benefit. Give and get policy here. I'll give you one clue. This is like a triangle, right? Like a triangle. It will have three corners. One corner you, other corner is client, other corner is, can you guess? Your business or practice. So always we say client first, but also you should see the business, right? Think about these two entities, your practice or business, client, and think what best you can give to these two entities. Then prepare the questionnaire, prepare the challenges, opportunities, come prepared, and to the coaching call, you will rock.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. SWOT analysis is what you need to do before getting into the call. The more you do homework, the better the outcome. Thank you so much, Lakshmipati. Going to Balveer. Before we come to Balveer, friends, I'm closing the poll. If you wish to take the poll, please take the poll. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Close it. All right. Over to you, Balveer.
Yeah, so I think so preparation is most important, because I think so one thing which the coaches should realize is it's their time and the coach's time, and they should respect that. If they are unable to attend a call or there is an emergency, it should be notified to the coach and the network FP team that, okay, this is, you need a write some scheduled change or something. Preparation is a must. I think so. Without preparation, coming and just random questions will not help the coaching. See, for the coach also, it is, you have to take out the maximum that you can within that time frame of that one-to-one coaching call that you are having. So I think so you should come prepared. You should be ready with some set of really questions which are impacting your practice today, which you feel are a hindrance or a struggle. You should come and be very, very open and transparent with your coach. You will find, so it's not going to be a quick fix solution given by the coach, but at least there could be a direction shown and you can explore that and give a feedback. As Bhuvna said, you should be giving a feedback back to the coach also.
Lovely. As transparent as possible, and people can make the best. Okay. Rajeshwar, anything from you?
Yeah, before the one-to-one coaching call, coachee has to self-introspect each and every aspect of their practice. So if they spend time on that, the next step, that one-to-one, whatever the 45 minutes is there, they can utilize the most of the time. And this is the first half, that is preparation. And after the discussion in one-to-one and the coach recommendations are there, depending upon these questions, obstacles, and everything, everything is noted into that Pro Tool and sent to the candidate. Now the implementation part has to be from candidate side, and after the QPFP completion, again take out that particular tool and check whether all the things have been implemented or not. So these things, preparation as well as implementation.
Preparation and implementation. All right. That is also PI, preparation to implementation. Yeah. All right. All right. Dipin, any final thoughts from your end? Since you deal with all the candidates, how to make the best of coaching call?
I think being regular and coming prepared for one-on-one calls is something that is very important, and at the same time utilizing whatever you have for the next 6 months, because you'll be having access to one of the greatest minds of India when you are mapped to any of the coaches. So make the most use of it. Ask right questions. I would say, ask questions. No question is right or wrong. Just ask questions and get your queries solved at the end of the day. And also one last thing. So in the last group coaching call, what I observed was coaches did not give any answers to candidates. They were just asking right questions to candidates and they automatically got the answers. So Lakshmipati, if you remember, Lakshmipati and Rajeshwar, we had module 3 group coaching call. So they did not give any straight answers to candidates, whatever they were asking. They just asked a good follow-up question and then they came to their answers by their own, right? So answers are within yourself. You just need to ask right question. And that is why we have QPFP coaches like Rajeshwar, Lakshmipati, Balveer, and Bhuvna who will be asking you the right questions, and you will find your own solutions by yourself. Yeah. So those were my final words. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, friends, for joining in. So just the way your clients benefit from you because you are your coach to your clients. You can benefit from these coaches, and what better to have coaches than from our own industry who have been there, done that, understand the pains, understand the struggles, and are able to connect with you. And more importantly, one of the best thing about coaches is the key thing about coaches is being able to empathize, which they can do it really very well. Thanks a lot to each one of you, Balveer, Rajeshwar, Lakshmipati, Bhuna, and Dipin. Thanks for joining in. Appreciate your time, and wish you all the very best, friends. Those of you who are doing the practice, and those of you who will get into the coaching course. Thank you so much. See you all soon again.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining in. Thank you.